Yo, what up? 42 years of life. I can't believe I made it. My Lord. 8 more years until I turn 50. There's a lot to reflect on going in. So around this time of year, I always get very introspective. I always feel like I could be raising my standards and things like that, which is common in the self-help, entrepreneur, growth mindset community. Always feel like we could be leveling up and doing better. I've chose 3 books that address my urgent concerns and my situation with the barbershop and stuff. But then I realized, man, I know quite a bit about business, despite owning a barbershop and doing music. So the real work I need to start doing is on me, because my whole entire time of this journey, which I want to say it really began while I was sitting in Elmira Correctional Facility. So let me take you back through the course of time, right? I was already adulting a little bit, just kind of finding my way out of my situation at home. And I ended up getting locked up. I've told that story a bunch of times. When they lock you up, they got to transfer you to population. And on the way to population, which is usually far from home, they take you through a bunch of transferring facilities. And one of them was Elmira. They walk you through, they search you, they shave you, all of that stuff. They make you feel lesser than a man. They let you know who's boss. Basically make you feel like you on a plantation with no hope. But they walk you through there's different tier levels of floors of cells. And when you walk through for the first time, you're looking at maybe 5 floors of different cells with bars on each side, and you're walking in the middle of the line, so there's people yelling at you and all of this stuff. It's very intimidating when you first walk through. And when I got to my cell, and it's it's the ultimate moment where you feel like there is no light at the end of the tunnel. At least that's what it felt like for me at that time. I had no paper, no notebook, no nothing. Maybe I was scratching, thoughts on the walls, the cell walls with my fingernails or whatever. It's just, you're just left with your own thoughts of everything that happened before, what could possibly happen within the jail. And then, where does your life go from here? Because society conditions you to think you get locked up, you ain't got any options. You locked up, your record is ruined forever. You'll never get a job. You never, I heard all of that stuff and kind of subconsciously felt that. I already kind of knew that, getting a job wasn't really the thing for me, so I knew I had to figure it out. And at that point is when I began to really think I control my own destiny. I gotta find some type of life's task, some type of way to work on me and get me better. Now that was my situation, with going in to that cell, going into that jail, and basically feeling alone. At the time, there was an escape from Elmira, so I'm going from street living, do what I want, to basically 23 in 1, maybe 24. I think we were on 24-hour lockdown because we were on 24-hour lockdown because they would bring buckets of water around, and we had to wash up with a bucket or something. It was bad. 3 meals just brought to the cell door. It was really bad. And that could drive somebody insane. And I think at times it did. You know, you want to go to bed at night and it's constant yelling and noise and just nonstop chaos. Maybe going through that gave me the mental toughness to survive in a chaotic, unstable environment. But I think it did some damage. It definitely did some damage. Even with like the ability to like go through it and realize that I gotta like change my life and like go a different way. It did a little bit of damage because like you get institutionalized in a way, you know. I don't care like how strong your mindset is. Like you have super strong mindset, high spirituality, but you there's no escaping some things. The people with the, you know, the war stories, the people that want to like get you in this, pull you into stuff. And for me, like at the time I was chunky, trying to get my workout on, you know, there were some people that they were prey. You know, they were getting bullied and they were getting disrespected and stuff like that. And I was a little bit of a loner. Like I would stick to people that I kind of knew, or stick to people with the same faith as me, or just kind of, you know, I was fine by myself. But there would be people that, you know, the prey, you know, the weak people, the small people, the soft people, for lack of a better word, that would like kind of like, you know, try to get under my wing, you know what I'm saying, and pull me into whatever they got going on. You know, it's like, oh, that's your man's. Like, nah, he just walked up to me and started, you know, talking to me, offered me a cigarette or whatever, you know, whatever it is. You know, I'm talking to this guy, I don't know what he got going on. I don't know he owes somebody. I don't know he was, you know, messing around doing some stuff he shouldn't have done, but he was seen talking to me, and you know, you get pulled into that. But that's, you know, that's how it goes when you're in there. So that was the beginning of me, like, you know, just going in for some type of introspection. I got a rap, but I meant to get it out of storage. I got raps that I wrote during that time that I hadn't even recorded yet and put out, that I'm pretty sure would be like, man, very enlightening. Maybe I could touch it up, you know, add, because I've grown as an artist since I wrote those raps. But just, you know, even going back to that and reading that will kind of like, man, put me in a good creative space. Anyhow, I don't want to sidetrack, but, you know, reflecting on my 42 years of life, you know, caused me to like really feel like I need to level up, because I set some goals during that time when I was in Elmira. And I'm going through things now. Some of the things I'm going through are, I can find some parallels or some trends that match things that I've gone through before. But in life, we can't always rely on how we did things before to address things now. So that led me to this book that I'm reading right now, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And it's been recommended in my group by a lot of people that I look to for counsel, and people that I respect have read it and said a lot of things about it. And, you know, they didn't really like explain the book to me in a way that would make me want to read it. I mean, they said it was good, but I was kind of like, you know, nah, I'm leaning more toward authors that I already know, you know, like Dr. David Hawkins, Letting Go, Power vs. Force, you know, Robert Greene. When it comes to like psychology and self-help, you know, mental mindset books, you know, I already got my authors that I'm really rocking with. But this one started off very dense, talking about atoms, and I'm like, wow, here we go with all the science, man. You know, I like things as simplistic as they can be. And People say I'm complicated, but I like simple stuff. But the way it was broke down with the electrons, protons, and the energy, the author was able to correlate that to the energy and matter around us and how we think, like how we can appreciate what will come to us later now. I had to let that resonate for a second, because like quantum thinking, and I've heard this from different people talking about quantum thinking. Now I'm like, I got a better understanding of it, where it's like you explore your own future and you visualize it, and then you come back into the present and manifest it. I know it sounds crazy. It sounds kind of crazy when you sit back and think about it. But just driving here now, being able to like go out in the sun and read this book, experience a 42nd birthday, and all of the other things, like some of the stuff I didn't imagine in my wildest dreams. And there are some things that I've wanted in life where I guess logically I've wanted it, but emotionally, like, there was a barrier, that was stopping me. And forgive me, like, people that have read this book are probably gonna be like, I'm butchering some of the concepts. I'm only like halfway through the first chapter, but it's like I'm real big on being a visionary, and some things that we visualize come from the ways that we were conditioned in the wrong way. Some things that we visualize subconsciously come from bad energy that we need to protect ourselves from. And I'm so big on, like, I can learn from anybody, I can listen to anybody, I can talk to anybody, that I'm not always protecting my energy or cutting the conversation short when I feel like it's going in a way that doesn't serve me. For those that are like really, really, really close to me and have known me for years, some of them probably are like, yo, V done lost his mind, man. He's going crazy. He moved, he done quit. You quit cutting, you don't listen to rap no more. Do you rap? Do you, like, it's like, man, like, and all of this before I read Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. But when I look at where I am, it's only a product of my habits and who I become and who I believe I can be. So I won't get to where I need to go if I only be who I've been and only do what I've done. So to summarize that, going into 42 and approaching 50, I visualize a certain type of lifestyle for myself and the family that I want to create. And at this point, the clock is ticking, running out of time. So any knowledge that I get now has to be applicable. Any energy that I have within my world has to serve the ultimate goal. And it's not, I don't say this to be selfish. When I'm around people that have similar goals, we're serving one another. If I'm around people who have no goals, then yeah, it might seem selfish. I also gotta start leaving these up, because I put them up, I take them down, put them up, take them down. Like, I'm real big on, like, quality content, but right now the way things are set up, I prefer to put the quantity out there, just put the raw emotions, the unscripted, but it's scary to do that. I've done that at a party recently, you know, I put myself on the list to go up to the mic and speak. And I just spoke my raw emotions from my mind. Don't you know I was getting hugs left and right from everybody? And it's turned into people sharing a lot of information with me. You know, a lot of communities that I can join. A lot of people that think the way I do the things I do. Beautiful, beautiful people. That probably would have never talked to me, or I would have never talked to them with this level of depth if I didn't go up to the front with vulnerability. I'm pulling up to the gym right now, so I hope that this video brings you some value, whoever is watching this. And since I'm feeling how I'm feeling right now, I will make the unlisted videos public again so they can be viewed by the people that needs to see them. And if you are a subscriber to this channel and unsure how you arrived here, buckle up, because it's only gonna get more entertaining from here. We are gonna manifest our goals and dreams together. And you need to leave a comment so that I know that you are getting value from this and it means something to you, so that I can continue doing it. Cause man, shit just feel better when you know that people are getting some value from it. I love y'all. Wish me a happy birthday in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.